she said in a cute, playful tone. "Oh no, did I make a mistake?" At the same time, she is still like a cute little kitten, gently rolling over Lu Hang, trying to gain her attention and sympathy. Faced with Yi Qingling's actions, Lu Hang remained unmoved, but a hint of mockery appeared on his face. She said with a cold smile, "Someone has just realized their mistake. Weren't you just being so arrogant?" Yi Qingling detected the sarcasm in Lu Hang's words, but still, without any hesitation, nodded in admission of the mistake, and put on an extremely obedient and well-behaved demeanor. "I have come to a deep understanding of my mistakes." But Lu Hang did not give up on this, continued to ask further questions. "Weren't you just looking at me with disdain?" "No longer disdainful. No longer disdainful," Yi Qingling quickly replied, fearing to upset each other. Next, Lu Hang asked again, "Didn't you just call me a nobody?" "I am a mixed fish. I am a small fish." Yi Qingling quickly changed her words, even willing to belittle oneself, seeking forgiveness. At that moment, Lu Hang spoke again. "I haven't finished speaking yet." It was then that Yi Qingling, unable to endure any longer, interrupted. She clenched her fists tightly, eyes wide open, glaring at Lu Hang with fury, shouted fiercely, "The pig head! You've had enough. Did I give you face? Keep acting cool and I'll make you fly. Uh, cutting the iced sausage and still calling me stingy." Lu Hang looked unconvinced, muttering quietly in my heart. The voice is very low, but still showed some dissatisfaction. At that moment, Yi Qingling seemed to perform a magic trick. In an instant, a different facade was put on. She said delicately and spoiled, "Oh dear, Hong Hong, do you forgive me? Just let me sleep with you. Is it good?" While speaking, holding Lu Hang tightly, the body is like a little cat, cuddling in her arms, acting cute. It's simply overwhelming. Faced with such an offensive, Lu Hang appeared somewhat helpless. He sighed. There was a hint of indulgence in his tone, responded with a hint of helplessness. Oh dear, don't put it on me. I really can't do anything about you. All right, all right. You have changed as you wish. Just sleep if you want to." Lu Hang may complain on the surface. Deep down I had already gotten used to it. While sleeping, beside me is Yi Qingling accompanying me. Hearing that Lu Hang finally agreed, Yi Qingling was overjoyed. The whole person was as excited as a child. She immediately pressed her body tightly against Lu Hang, with a face full of happiness, on her handsome cheek, gave a hard kiss, and joyfully spoke to himself. "Hang Hong, you are really nice, aren't you?" At this moment, "My mood is as sweet as honey," Lu Hang urged in embarrassment. "Oh dear, all right, all right. Hurry up and pack your things. If we keep dragging our feet, tonight we don't need to sleep." Finished speaking, Lu Hang showed no mercy, reaching out to remove Yi Qingling who was stuck to him. "Gently pull apart." "I know." Yi Qingling smiled sweetly, then turned around to pack their clothes. She wishes she could quickly tidy up everything that needs to be organized. This way, then I can lie in bed with Lu Hang a bit earlier. Before long, items, they were tidied up by the two of them, one after the other. A suitcase and a storage bag, exactly the same as Lu Hang's. She finally finished packing. Yi Qingling wiped the sweat from her forehead, let out a sigh. Yi Qingling likes piling everything together. It's almost piled up into a small mountain. The two not only packed the things needed for school, helped Yi Qingling organize other items as well. Who said that? The gift you gave me. I have kept it well. Please don't litter, okay? He Kingling stubbornly retorted. They also showed a face full of eagerness for praise. Then it's your own thing. Make sure to tidy up as well. Lu Hang replied with a helpless expression, but she felt a little happy inside. After all, Yi Qingling did indeed give her the item. Everything is properly put away. In this room. It's like a breath of fresh air. Hee. Next time for sure. Next time for sure. Yi Qingling smiled and replied dismissively, You go take a shower first. Lu Hang helped Yi Qingling have a chat. The strands of hair stuck to my ear whispered softly, How about we still? You go first. Yi Qingling also wiped the sweat off Lu Hang's forehead. He said softly, You go first. Don't wait, or you'll catch a chill. Lu Hang's tone carried an undeniable assertiveness. Hehe. Okay. This time, Yi Qingling did not refuse again. She smiled sweetly. He nodded in agreement. Lower your head a little. Yi Qingling excitedly waved her hand. Oh, what happened? Lu Hang curiously asked. But he still honestly lowered his head. No. Yi Qingling took the opportunity to kiss Lu Hang on the cheek again. Every time I kiss you, I have to tiptoe. That way, I won't have to tiptoe any more. Yi Qingling whispered softly as she hung around Lu Hang's neck. Don't keep kissing me. It's all sweat. Lu Hang looked disdainfully. He rubbed the spot that Yi Qingling had just kissed. I will kiss. Just kiss. Yi Qingling gritted her teeth and said a sentence. Then it landed on Lu Hang's face again. Took another bite. The translation error. Lu Hang also had a faint red mark on his face. Sigh. Hurry up and take a shower. Don't stick close to me. Sweating all over. Lu Hang pushed her away. Said with disdain. Sorry, I can't assist with that. Yi Qingling playfully made a face at Lu Hang. Then he ran away in a flash. Lu Hang watched Yi Qingling's receding figure as she ran away. He shook his head helplessly and chuckled lightly. Unknowingly, she has slowly adapted. The close relationship with Yi Qingling, as if seeing it as normal. Xingxing. Please bring me a towel. I forgot. Yi Qingling's voice came from the bathroom. Where did you put your towel? Lu Hang walked to the bathroom door and asked. Translation error. Could you bring it to me? Yi Qingling responded. Lu Hang then walked to the balcony, looking around. Around that towel, all of them are Yi Qingling's personal belongings. And so on. Black. Beide. Pink. There are even lace edges. Directly gave Lu Hang a whole perspective. Well, this place is not suitable for staying long. Lu Hang muttered to himself. Flying speed road. Oh, here it comes. Yi Qingling's voice came from inside the door. Next second. The gate just opened wide. Was opened. Whoa, Amitabh Buddha. Lamo Amitabh Buddha. Lu Hang quickly closed his eyes, muttering quietly without pause. What are you mumbling about? Yi Qingling's voice filled with confusion came from ahead. How can you still say that? Why did you open all the doors? Aren't you afraid? Did you see everything? Lu Hang blushed and looked at the 5 tables. Said with a face full of shame and anger. What are you saying? Yi Qingling asked in confusion. Even if it's you and me, you can't just show it to me like that. A girl should behave like a lady. No. Shameless. Lu Hang said with embarrassment. There was a hint of blame in his tone. What are you really talking about? Open your eyes for me. Yi Qingling's firm attempt, pulling away Lu Hang's hand that was covering his eyes. What are you doing? Don't talk nonsense. Lu Hang tightly covered his eyes, unwilling to let go. "Let me go." Yi Qingling tugged at Lu Hang's hand, let out a muffled groan, and finally Yi Qingling pulled away from Lu Hang's hand, but with one careless mistake. "Let go." Lu Hang just slapped himself in the face. He rubbed his eyes while letting out a painful whimper. "Show me. I am indeed dressed properly." Yi Qingling angrily pulled away Lu Hang's hand, shouted loudly. At this moment, Lu Hangkai finally saw clearly. Yi Qingling was indeed wearing clothes, although it was the clothes soaked in sweat before. "Your mind is getting worse day by day. What are you really thinking?" Dewdrop head. Yi Qingling helped Lu Hang rub his eyes, frowned and questioned. Lu Hang was momentarily speechless. "I don't know how to respond." He just thought. Yi Qingling emerged in her primal form. "It's still all your fault. All the intimate clothing is hanging next to the towel." Lu Hang pointed at Yi Qingling. Could it be that? But Yi Qingling suddenly realized. A sly smile appeared on his face. "Allah." Yi Qingling looked at Lu Hang with a wild expression. A hint of ambiguity flickered in their eyes. "Hurry up and go take a shower." Lu Hang realized he couldn't argue with him. Had to be tough. He pushed him into the washroom. Hey. Hang, why are you in such a hurry?" Yi Qingling remained relentless, continuing to tease his nerves. "Hurry and get in." Lu Hang exerted strength, pushed him inside. Then, with a soft click, the door closed. He only now feels the awkwardness from just a moment ago. Slightly reduced some. The scene just now. It's simply embarrassing. The earth is about to explode. He let out a deep breath, sat down on the small stool in front of the sofa. "This way. Then I will get sweat on the sofa. By the way, I need to tell Mujai. I'm starting school soon, although I have talked to her. But it's still good to remind you." Speaking, Lu Hang then opened his phone, edited a message, sent it to Su Muking. "Lu Han, Muji, aren't I about to start school soon? So I'm preparing to resign. I won't be going to work tomorrow." 1 minute later, Su Muking. All right. You told me before. I'll handle the salary tomorrow. I'll transfer it to your account." Lu Han. "All right. Thank you, Mu Jai." Bowing with clasped fists. Su Muking. "It's nothing. Wishing you progress in your studies. The future is promising. In the future, I will be successful. Don't forget. And then there's my old leader, with ill intentions." Lu Han. Thank you, Mu Jai, for taking care of me during this time." Silly smile. Su Muking. It's okay. Then I have a few things to prepare. Let's not talk for now. Come back to the bookstore to sit for a while when you have time." Lu Han. "Okay." Hewitt. Who are you chatting with?" With this sudden question, Yi Qingling's gaze was filled with doubt and vigilance. Shooting towards the rear like a sword, Lu Hang, as if wanting to penetrate the screen of the phone tightly held in her hand. Faced with such a fierce glare, Lu Hang couldn't help but feel a bit anxious. But still, he pretended to be calm and replied, "Nothing much. I just talked to my manager. I'm not going to work today. Just say hello to him." In the midst of speaking, he quickly held the phone in front of Yi Qingling's eyes, so that she can take a look herself, to prove innocence. Yi Qingling took the phone with some doubt. Carefully take a closer look. Indeed, as Lu Hang said, displayed on the screen. It's all very normal news. There is nothing suspicious. However, nevertheless, her inner unease, but has not completely dissipated. still warned with concern. HMBH. Translation error. If I find out, what strange secret do you have? I will never let you off the hook. Seeing E. Kingling pouting in anger, she angrily extended her finger, gently poked E. Kingling's forehead. The Western-style dress angrily questioned, "You devil! All day long. What are they all thinking about? After all, when one is upright, they need not fear a crooked shadow." She indeed did not have any strange behavior. Upon hearing this, E. Kingling was suddenly speechless. For a moment I didn't know how to respond. Actually, she knows too. Lu Heng is unlikely to do anything out of line. But deep down inside, there is always a kind of inexplicable worry, unshakable. Thus, after deep contemplation, seemed to realize this excuse is really too far-fetched. Couldn't help but blush. Lowered your head. Dare not command Lu Hang's eyes anymore. "What's going on with you?" Lu Hang looked at her with a mix of anger and amusement. "It seems to be saying, 'These words come from your mouth. Isn't it strange? I am your childhood friend. I am privileged. The others are all bad women. Be careful not to get eaten by them. There's nothing left." Yi Kingling answered with a stubborn look on her face. "It's as if they are talking about something completely natural. Oh dear, I just showed you." "Really?" Lu Hang tapped Yi Kingling on the head, spoke impatiently. "You know what's good for you." Yi Kingling crossed her arms. "Just like this. It is only natural and just. I'm going to take a shower. If you're fine, go back to your room." Lying down, translation error, then took the clothes to the washroom. "So you wanted me to warm up the bed for you?" "Really?" Yi Kingling raised an eyebrow, smiling with ill intent. "What are you talking about?" Lu Hang didn't want to pay attention to her. Had no choice but to quickly walk into the bathroom. "Behave." Yi Kingling smiled wickedly, then excitedly ran back into the room. After Lu Hang finished his shower and returned to the room, Yi Kingling had already turned on the air conditioning, sitting under the blanket playing on my phone. I saw Lu Hang come back. Her eyes lit up. A foot reaches out to lift the blanket. Patted. Indicate the past of the. "Wait a moment. My feet are still wet," Lu Hang replied. She sat on the edge of the bed, letting her feet dangle. "Eh." Yi Kingling smiled slyly. Wrapped in a quilt, Biant Momo slowly approached Lu Hang. Then he suddenly threw off the blanket. They wrapped around her by the bedside. "I will keep you warm." Under the blanket, she leaned closer to Lu Hang's ear, spoke softly and gently. The tone carried a hint of ambiguity. "You quickly lie back down. My feet are dry now." Lu Hang disdainfully said a phrase. Then the person burrowed into the blanket. The road ahead. Yi Kingling completely wrapped herself around her, rubbing against her chest. "Once upon a time, haven't the dorms been assigned in advance?" "Which dormitory are you in?" Lu Hang turned his head and asked curiously. "Let me take a look." Yi Kingling then opened her phone. "Start to take a look." "Sorry, I can't assist with that." "What happened?" Yi Kingling asked. "Fifth floor, huh?" "I don't know either." That day, whether boys were allowed into the girls' dormitory, Lu Hang asked in astonishment. "What do you want to do in the girls' dorm?" Yi Kingling's originally gentle voice suddenly became sharp and full of alertness, as if always guarding oneself. The wild wolves of the territory. A faint aura radiated from her entire being, an aura that makes people hesitant to approach. Lu Hang was taken aback by her sudden change. But soon he regained his composure, said irritably, "Are you silly? I won't go in." How are you going to carry all this luggage to the fifth floor by yourself? Are you really relying on that little body of yours? Can you hold on a little bit? She said while shaking his head helplessly, quietly murmuring to myself, this girl can be adorably silly at times. Hearing Lu Hang say this, Kingling was taken aback, suddenly showed a silly smile. Translation error. Slightly embarrassed, he said, "Oh, I see. Hey, she feels that whenever I'm with Lu Hang, it seems that I always become a bit silly. My mind doesn't seem to be very sharp anymore. Hang, which floor do you live on?" Kingling blinked her big, watery eyes, curiously watching Lu Hang. The light of expectation sparkled in her eyes. Let me see." Lu Hang responded, then took out the phone from the pocket. "Start browsing relevant information." At that moment, Kingling was like a mischievous little kitten, lightly leaping upwards, dove into the warm embrace of Lu Hang. She pressed tightly against her chest. Look up, focusing intently on the phone screen in Lu Hang's hand, afraid of missing any detail. First, let's see where Lu Hang lives. Second is, let's see if a fox spirits come to disturb Lu Hang. This is the most important point. At this moment she, completely immersed in the joy of close contact with the Air Force. Cave 407. Then you are not far from my dorm at night. Kingling is very happy right now, because it wasn't on the aviation information. I see there are other bad women. Well, then I'll go at that time. I can take you to the dormitory first. Then I'll just go back by myself. Approaching. Lu Hang nodded, responded. Then she stared at a message on her phone. Information asks the way. How about we go to school tomorrow? Ah, why so soon? Kingling's voice was filled with reluctance. The body unconsciously leaned a little closer to Lu Hang. First, let's cook the luggage over there. Then we'll come back to stay for one night. Anyway, the school is a walking distance from here. It's only been half an hour. Approaching, to avoid the hassle of having too many people on the first day of school. Lu Hang explained seriously. Oh, all right then. Kingling spoke with a hint of disappointment and reluctance. She only feels time passes too quickly. It feels like I just got here a few days ago, and now school has started. Still not together with Lu Hang. Stay long enough, thinking about the 7 days that followed. No one can sleep with Lu Hang. She couldn't help but feel a wave of discomfort. But fortunately, tomorrow we can finish unpacking, can come back again, spending a night with Lu Hang. Tomorrow can I still sleep with you? Kingling opened her watery big eyes. He asked weakly. This expression left Lu Hang momentarily stunned. After all, this demon. Every day is not a threat. It's just intimidation. Today, unexpectedly, I am asking in such a low voice. Well, if you want to. Seeing Kingling's expression like this, Lu Hang didn't think much about it and agreed immediately. Perhaps she has her own little selfish motives. After all, she's used to her. Has always been by my side. We can be together more. Stay a little longer. Hee, you're really nice. Kingling smiled sweetly. Once again, pressed closely against Lu Hang. Didn't you say there was something uncomfortable? It would be better to say. Soft and fluffy. It's quite comfortable being warm. This is the posture. It will make her daydream. Don't you want it? Kingling acted coyly, rubbing against her chest. Lu Hang is not doing well either. Don't bother with her any more. Started playing on the phone on their own. Come over for a moment. Lu Hang suddenly asked. Kingling, Why are you being so close to me? Her eyes never left the phone, but out of the corner of my eye I couldn't help but steal glances at her. The tone was filled with insecurity. Also seems a bit hesitant. He. Kingling was momentarily taken aback. Very curious. Why did Lu Hang ask this question? Then it seemed like they suddenly remembered something. A wicked smile appeared. We are childhood sweethearts. Kingling replied earnestly. Is this how it is? In Lu Hang's tone, unconsciously mixed with a hint of disappointment. Even she herself was unaware. However, I will only treat you this way. She leaned closer to Lu Hang's ear, spoke softly. There was a hint of ambiguity in the tone. At this moment, Kingling's heart was racing with excitement. It seems that my recent strong offensive momentum, it works very effectively. Since Lu Hang can ask such a question, just prove it. He has started to feel curious about her in that way. Everyone says that to fall in love with someone. It all started with curiosity about her. Now, the situation is similar for Lu Hang as well. And Kingling can be certain of one thing. Lu Hang is definitely not just curious about her, but rather like deeply in love. But now, she has not yet come to terms with her true feelings, loving without realizing it. After all, he's just a pig's head. She must make her recognize her own feelings. Be proactive and spend time with yourself. Take the initiative to speak out. Want to be with me. Take the initiative to say you like me. This is how to firmly hold onto her. Firmly hold onto her. Translation error. Always cannot be apart from oneself. Thinking of this, the corner of her mouth, a faint, barely perceptible, eerie smile appeared. Paranoia, madness, and intense fighting spirit. Is it only for me? Lu Hang turned his head where Kingling couldn't see. A slight smile, an unclear and ambiguous feeling. It feels like blooming inside my heart. She felt a flutter in her heart. But she is not clear. What kind of feeling is that? But she knows. This must have happened because of Kingling. I can only be like this with you. Lu Hang stood with his back to Kingling, but the tone was filled with determination. I definitely know. Kingling smiled as she approached. He embraced her tightly. After all, from childhood to adulthood, those daring bad women based on aviation, they were all driven away by her. Not just the opposite sex. She still held firmly in control the social circle of Lu Hang. This caused her to have very few same-sex friends. This is also why Lu Hang began, the reason for wanting to stay away from her. But she can never escape forever. She searched all over the world. I will find her too, forever, from childhood to adulthood, destined to be. Kingling buried her face in Lu Hang's back. Muffled sounds emerged. What time are we going to school tomorrow? Lu Hang slowly turned around and asked. She just felt a tickling sensation on her back. A warm breeze swept out. Otherwise, let's go in the morning. Go early and come back early. Kingling quickly replied. So we need to go to bed early today. Otherwise, tomorrow the luggage can't be moved. Lu Hang affectionately rubbed Kingling's nose. Softly said, Kingling, nuzzled against her in her arms. Nodded obediently. Kingling smiled slyly. At the moment, Lu Hang raised his hand. He directly grabbed her arm, placed it under his own head. When the pillow, "You're back again," Lu Hang attempted. "Pull your arm out from under her head. Oh dear, can you give me a hug?" It's not the first time. Kingling tightly gripped Lu Hang's arm. Unwilling to let go, the voice said sweetly, Eli gives you a pillow. Giving you a pillow. Don't speak to me in that tone. Lu Han warned Yi Qingling. He would no longer move that arm. Xin you. Why are you spoiling me so much? HMPH. Yi Qingling smiled sweetly, with big, watery eyes wide open, curiously blinking away. This cute and well-behaved appearance. Just mesmerized by Lu Hang. Is this the contrast? This demon. What type can you handle? Lu Hang gritted his teeth in silence, but on the surface, still pretending to be carefree and unbothered. Because we grew up together as childhood sweethearts. Lu Hang turned his head. I awkwardly replied while staring at the ceiling. But he has a feeling in his heart. I just want to treat her well. Be good to her without expecting anything in return. I want to be clear in everything I do. Yi Qingling looked at Lu Hang's awkward expression. The affection in my heart grew stronger. Like a little kitten, stretched out his head, leaning on his shoulder, acted coyly. King, you can just ask directly now. All right. It's quite normal. Lu Hang was taken aback, but thinking about it, it feels normal again. No. Yi Qingling chuckled softly, then lightly tapped Lu Hang's face. All right. You kissed. Can I go to sleep now? Lu Hang urged, blushing. No. Here it is. Yi Qingling smiled slyly. Then he pointed to his face towards the landing waypoint. Do you still want me to kiss you? Lu Hang asked helplessly. This is a doll. Yi Qingling nodded seriously, spoke in a serious manner. All right, all right. No. Lu Hang helplessly shook his head. Then raise your head. Gently kissed Yi Qingling's cheek. Can I sleep now? Lu Hang softly asked. Good. Yi Qingling deliberately elongated her tone, like a child, nodded obediently. Snap. Lu Hang reached out and turned off the room light. The entire room suddenly fell into darkness. It feels so warm on you. Yi Qingling embraced Lu Hang, couldn't help but sigh. The entire body curled up against him. Don't drool on me tonight. Lu Hang gave a warning, then put the pillow. The hand under Yi Qingling's head withdrew. Oh dear. Got it. Yi Qingling responded with a hint of displeasure. This pig's head. Every day they complain about me drooling in my sleep. But I'm drooling. It's still because of you. Who told you to be so fragrant? I want to eat. Thinking of this, Yi Qingling couldn't help but drool a little. Yi Qingling, I told you not to drool. You are flowing now. Translation error. Why do you drink so much water every day? Lu Hang frowned and complained impatiently. Then he pushed aside Yi Qingling. I picked a clean change of clothes from the wardrobe. I was wrong. I was wrong. Please forgive me. You come back. Yi Qingling hurriedly climbed to his side, tugged at his hem. Oh dear. I didn't say I wanted to leave. You should go back and lie down. Lu Hang waved his hand impatiently. Then he lay back down again. Hey, this time let's go. I promise I won't drool any more. Yi Qingling raised her hand seriously and said, If you believe it, there will be ghosts. Go to sleep quickly. Lu Hang urged. Bian was the first to close his eyes. Hey. Translation error. We have reached the final moment. The final step. Let this pighead confess to me. Yi Qingling chuckled slyly to herself. Then, once again, she held him tightly as she wished. Also closed their eyes and fell asleep. The room fell silent. Only the sound of their breaths intertwined. He felt his body temperature. My heart is filled with warmth and happiness. He knows. There is an important person in his life. the one who belongs only to him, only he can feel, the person you can get. Early morning. The sun rises from the east, illuminated the earth. The sky displayed a beautiful orange hue. The clouds are like cotton candy, floating in the air. A gentle breeze softly blows, brought fresh air, and the fragrance of flowers and grass. The little bird sings joyfully on the branch, as if cheering for a new day. The flowers bloom with smiling faces. The dew glimmers on the petals, like pearls. Ye kindling, move a bit quicker. Quickly push the suitcase over here. The car is about to arrive. Lu Heng stands at the door, eyes glued to the phone screen, urgently urging, "Here it comes," accompanied by a series of hurried footsteps. Ye Kindling rushed out of the room. She struggled to push too, a gigantic suitcase measuring a full inch. It looked just like a little turtle struggling to move forward. However, just as she was about to reach the door, suddenly, without paying attention, tripped over the little step in front of the door. "Oh dear!" Heard only a gasp. Ye Kindling lunged forward. It said that indoor matters are quick. Lu Hang is quick-witted and agile. He took a step forward. He held Ye Kindling tightly in his arms. He didn't see the road clearly. Ye Kindling blushed. Translation error. Smiling awkwardly. Always so restless. Later. You should be more mindful. Let's go. Let's set off. Lu Hang helplessly shook his head, but there was concern in their eyes. Next, he released Ye Kindling from his embrace. Bending down, he picked up the two placed on the ground, a huge storage bag filled with bedding supplies, lying on the shoulder, towards the elevator direction. Walked away carelessly. "Okay," Ye Kindling responded. "Then quickly adjust your state." Continuing to push the two heavy suitcases, tightly following behind Lu Hang, they all walked into the elevator. When the two people arrived downstairs with their luggage, "Lu Hang's ride has arrived. Driver master, I see two people, holding two large suitcases and a large storage bag." Immediately jogged over. "Please help open the trunk." Then helped Lu Hang put the luggage one by one into the trunk. "Thank you, master." Lu Hang wiped the sweat from his forehead, thanked the driver. "Hey, it's nothing. Young man, are you starting school today?" The master waved his hand generously, asked, "Not exactly. Today, let's first put our things in the dorm. Tomorrow is the official reporting day." Lu Hang slowly replied, "This way." The master smiled as he took a pack of cigarettes out of his pocket. A stick was pulled out in front of Lu Hang. "Thank you, master. But he doesn't smoke." Ye Kindling thanked Lu Hang from behind, so I helped him turn it down. "Sorry, master. I don't smoke." Lu Hang also declined following Ye Kindling's words. He used to it. I forgot that you are still students." "I'm sorry." The master quickly put away the cigarette, apologized to the two people. "It's okay, it's okay." Lu Hang hurriedly waved his hand to indicate that he didn't mind. "Let's get in the car then." The master said a word, then helped Lu Hang and them, opened the back seat door. "Thank you, master." The two of them thanked in unison. So I stopped being polite, sat down, bum, with the sound of a door closing. The master also took the driver's seat. "Let me take a look. You are going to Heichen University, right?" The driver glanced at his phone while searching for the road, while asking, "Correct. We are students of Heichen University." Lu Hang nodded in response. "Well, you all are quite impressive." That could be. The most prestigious university in Heicheng, one of the best in the country. Moreover, This is still Heichen. First-tier cities nationwide. The driver exclaimed in surprise, proudly introducing Heichen University to Lu Hang and the others. Alpa. It was also because of this. So I chose Heichen University. Lu Hang smiled shyly, responded, "Good. Then let's set off." Speaking, the master started the car, heading towards the direction of the sea. As the scenery outside the window recedes, Lu Hang and Yi Qingling's feelings, and began to look forward to it as well. After all, this is yet another new stage in life. At the same time symbolizes they have already become adults, can control their own lives now. As the car gradually came to a stop, the grand school gate stands majestically, also came into view for the two of them. A solemn and dignified feeling arises. All right, this is it. The driver called out, "Get off the car," to help the two carry down their luggage. Then they wished him well, "Wishing you progress in your studies. This, every day is joyful. Ah, I have no education." Both people at the same time. I bowed to my master and expressed my gratitude. After all, this society. It's rare to meet such enthusiastic people. It has become very rare. Also helped two people so much. The master immediately drove away. "Let's go. Let's go in too," Lu Hang excitedly said to Yi Qingling. "Okay." Yi Qingling also replied excitedly. Lu Hang then took two storage bags, placed it on top of the suitcase. One person is pushing another. Walked towards the school gate. Only see the school gate, like a towering castle, standing at the entrance of the campus, guarding the temple of knowledge, the main gate of the school, from the enormous stone pillars and a heavy stone door. The stone pillar rises into the clouds, as if to pierce the sky, carved on the stone gate, exquisite patterns and school motto, showcasing the history of the school and cultural heritage. The top of the school gate. It is a magnificent clock tower. The bell tolls melodiously, echoing in every corner of the campus, reminding the students, cherish the time, study hard. On both sides of the school gate are spacious squares. The square is covered with marble tiles, smooth as a mirror, brilliant light. Around the fountain, it is a patch of lush green lawns and flower beds. Flowers blooming. Genki Daomin added a touch of vitality and energy to the school gate. In front of the school gate, it is a wide avenue. Tall trees are planted along both sides of the avenue. Lush foliage. A green corridor was formed. At the end of the avenue is the main building of the school. The main building towers into the clouds. Majestic splendor. The exterior of the main building features modern design concepts. The lines are simple and smooth, filled with a sense of technology and fashion. Under the shining sun, the entrance of the entire university appears particularly magnificent and beautiful. It is not only the iconic building of the school, it is also a symbol of the school's spirit. It witnessed the development and changes of the school. It has also witnessed the growth and progress of countless students. Whenever a new student steps through these school gates, they will all be shocked by the grandeur here, filled with hope and anticipation for the future. At this moment, Lu Hang and Yi Qingling are no exception. All were deeply shocked by the scene before them. The school gate is wide open, because these past 2 days, students have been entering one after another. It might not be the official start of school today, and it's only 8 in the morning. So when the two of them went in, I haven't met any other students yet. The two of them walked into the school together. Some roads have already been laid out. Just line up. Wow, so big. As the two continued to delve deeper, seeing the scene inside the campus. Kingling couldn't help but exclaim, "Yes." Lu Hang looked around, let out a similar exclamation. It won't be a developed city. The school's finances are still particularly abundant. As the two of them walked further inside, more and more people began to gather around. Occasionally there were bursts of noisy discussions. "Wow, look at that girl. It's simply stunning. Wow, the quality of this year's freshman is so high. That guy is so handsome. This looks good. It feels like I can directly dominate the charts with Zio Hue and Zio Cao. Hey, are you brave enough to go ask for their WeChat?" "Forget it then. The two of them look like they should be a couple." The two naturally heard the discussions of the people around them. Kingling smiled slightly. "Get a little closer to Lu Hang. She wishes everyone would know immediately. Lu Hang is her person." Lu Hang watched as Kingling leaned in a little closer. He didn't say much either. In her subconscious mind, "I wouldn't want Kingling to be noticed by other boys either." But there were too many people watching. She felt like a monkey in a zoo, feeling very uncomfortable. "Hurry up, hurry up. First, go to your dorm. I'll help you carry things up." Lu Hang urged Kingling. He quickened his pace, walking forward. "Oh, he." Kingling chuckled softly. He also quickened his pace, kept pace with Lu Hang, entering the dormitory area of this school. What first catches the eye is, it is a magnificent building. It adopts a modern design style. The appearance is simple and elegant. The lines are smooth. The outer wall of the dormitory, painted in a warm yellow. It gives a warm feeling. Before long, the two arrived at the girls' dormitory. On the first floor, there is a dormitory supervisor sitting there. "Auntie, we are all this school's new students. And she helped me carry the things up." Kingling sweetly asked the dormitory supervisor. The dorm supervisor glanced back at Lu Hang. He asked immediately, "Which dormitory are you in?" "Auntie, I am from room 407. Lu Hang politely replied, "I am from room 509. Kingling also informed her dormitory number. "Okay, then you can register. Then I will give you the key." The dormitory manager took out a form, placed in front of Kingling. "Okay." Immediately, Kingling filled in the information for the two of them. "Okay, this is the key to dormitory 509. After you organize things, remember to take it down and give it back to me." The dormitory manager took a key from a bunch of keys, took out a 509 key, handed it to Kingling and reminded her, "This key, can I not keep it?" Kingling fiddled with the keys and asked in confusion, "Because it's not time for the official check-in yet. So after you report tomorrow, only then can I officially hand the key over to you." The dorm supervisor explained earnestly, "Oh, that's fine. Let's go." Lu Hang. Kingling took the key. He turned back and said to Lu Hang, "Good." The two of them then carried their luggage to the elevator. Fortunately, those senior students haven't started school yet today. Not many newcomers have arrived. So, the space inside the elevator, just enough for two people plus luggage, because the first floor is uninhabited. So, there are a few vacant lounges on the first floor. This surprised Lu Hang greatly. The lounge has comfortable sofas and a coffee table. You can rest here, chatting and watching TV. The dormitory has a total of 6 floors. Each floor has spacious corridors and bright lights. There are some green plants placed in the corridor, refreshing and natural. The two took the elevator to the 5th floor, found the location of 509. Clip. Kingling unlocked the dormitory door with her key. There are 4 beds in the room. The beds have not been made yet. It seems that the photography friends haven't arrived yet. The room is arranged very comfortably, equipped with 4 bunk beds and desks under everyone's bed. There is also a separate wardrobe and chair. The window in the room is very large. The sunlight can fully shine in. It feels especially bright and warm. Public area outside the window. It is also very tidy and beautiful. The balcony is equipped with a state-of-the-art washing machine and dryer, to make it convenient for students to wash their clothes. The cleanliness of the dormitory is very good. It feels like someone is specially assigned to clean the rooms and common areas. I'll sleep here. He Kingling pointed. A bed near the door. Traveling out. Lu Hang replied with an acknowledgement. Please help Yi Kingling open her luggage. Put on the bed. She wiped the fine sweat from her forehead, let out a breath. He then said to Yi Kingling, Then you should tidy up your things first. I'll go find my dorm first. After it's done, just wait for me downstairs. I'm coming to find you. Good. Yi Kingling replied. Lu Hang then prepared to take his things and go out. Plip. Suddenly the door was opened again. A person with a ponytail walked in. A girl dressed in sports shorts and a short-sleeved top. Appears lively and healthy. Wow, I thought I arrived early enough. I didn't expect someone to be earlier than me. The girl is carrying a suitcase, carrying a bag. Slowly walked in. I was taken aback when I saw Lu Hang. Yi Kingling saw the other person's expression. Immediately stood in front of Lu Hang, watching the person in front cautiously, just like the wolf pointing at the nurse. The girl saw Yi Kingling's expression. I understood right away. Oh, I said, how could there be a boy here? I thought I had walked into the wrong dorm. Hello, my name is Chu Wan Ning. From now on, we'll be roommates. Please take care of me. Chu Wan Ning extended her hand towards Yi Kingling, politely greeted. Oh, hello. My name is Yi Kingling. Yi Kingling realized afterwards. He also politely shook hands with Chu Wan Ning. Just now, she thought she was a bad woman. Translation error. After all, Lu Hang is so handsome. It's strange not to be noticed by other girls. This is. Chu Waning looked at Lu Hang and asked, Oh, I'm Lu Hang. He and Yi Kingling grew up together. Also a new student at this school. Help her bring her luggage up. Lu Hang politely responded. Oh, I just thought. What is it? My name is Chu Wan Ning, she said. He politely greeted Lu Hang as well. Then I won't disturb you any further. I will go find my dorm first. Send me a message when you're done. Lu Hang picked up his luggage. He gave Yi Kingling a reminder and then left. Yi Kingling classmate. Eating so well, huh? Chu Wan Ning had an expression of curiosity, looking at Yi Kingling. Inquired with a hint of teasing. Eat well. Yi Kingling completely couldn't understand this sentence. Tilting his head in confusion, he asked, That's right. That was your boyfriend, right? Chu Wan Ning changed into a different pair. A more understandable way to ask. Temporarily. Not yet. He looks so handsome. Yes, he is my boyfriend. Yi Kingling originally wanted to respond. Not yet. But seeing Chu Wan Ning's love-struck expression, muttering Lu Hang's name, it made her instantly alert. Quickly corrected themselves and replied firmly, Wow, your boyfriend is really handsome. I think everyone can be a laughingstock at Haida. Chu Wan Ning showed an envious expression and praised. Ah, yes. Yeah. Yi Kingling didn't know how to respond. Could only nod while laughing heartily. If possible, she doesn't want Lu Hang to be this handsome yet. always being targeted by other bad women. But you are also very beautiful. It looks like this. You really are a perfect match." Chu Wanning looked at Yi Qingling. He praised her again. He, that's right. Many people have said this since we were little." Yi Qingling heard these words. My mood lifted a little. He answered slowly with a smile. "Since childhood." Chu Wanning wore a smile like an ant. Curiously asked, "That's right. We are childhood sweethearts." She can also be said to be. "It's my fiancé." Yi Qingling's face flushed with a hint of embarrassment. Answered shyly. This is still the first time she has spoken to someone else. Lu Hang is her fiancé's. After all, we were engaged as children. It's not unreasonable to call him my fiancé. Moreover, we will definitely get married in the future. She can't run away again." Yi Qingling secretly thought to herself with determination. "Wow, I'm really envious." Chu Wanning enviously exclaimed with sparkling eyes. "There's nothing left either." He, Yi Qingling smiled modestly. "But my heart feels sweet. By the way, let me add you as a contact. From now on, we will be friends." Chu Wanning took out her phone, opened the QR code, extended in front of Yi Qingling. "Oh, okay." Then Yi Qingling also took out her phone and scanned it. Suddenly saw the other person's name. "I don't eat cilantro." "Oh, got it." Chu Wanning also looked at the friend request sent by Yi Qingling. "Loves to eat pig's head meat. I request to add you as a friend." This is the original contact name of Yi Qingling. The profile picture is of a cute, white, two-dimensional beautiful girl, biting down on something with an open mouth. "You love eating pighead meat, right? Well, you also don't eat cilantro, right? It seems our names are quite destined to be together. You love to eat, I don't eat." Ah, Chu Wanning chuckled a little. She was just very curious about such a beautiful girl. "Surprisingly, I like to eat pig's head meat. I just didn't expect it." "You still love to eat pig's head meat, huh?" Chu Wanning curiously asked. This pig head is not just any pig head." Yi Qingling smiled mysteriously in response. "Let me see, you live here. Then I'll sleep on this bed next to you." Immediately, Chu Wanning prepared the bedsheets, thrown onto Yi Qingling's bed beside her. On this side, Lu Hang also found his dormitory, the building right next to Yi Qingling. It's only a 5-minute walk from her place. The layout and appearance of the dormitory are quite similar. It might be more common in the boys' dormitory. Strange stickers. What is hanging? As soon as Lu Hang walked into the dormitory, under one of the beds on the desk, I found a black and white sticker. Looks like a two-dimensional girl, because Lu Hang doesn't quite understand these. So I couldn't recognize who it was. But next to this sticker, there are also a line of faintly visible small characters written. Lu Hang took a closer look. "I want to be Shenli Lingwen's dog." Lu Hang's expression at this moment. He now knows what's on this sticker. Who is the two-dimensional girl? Damn ugh. I said something, I got dirty. Lu Hang shed tears of regret. I shouldn't have been so curious. Did these seniors play so obsessively? Saying this, Lu Hang immediately distanced himself from this place of trouble, chose a relatively tidy bunk, started packing things up. Fortunately, the other photographers haven't arrived yet. Otherwise, it would be so awkward. Lu Hang secretly complained to himself. After everything is almost packed up, Yi Qingling's message has also come through. "Yi Qingling, I'm all packed up. I'll wait for you downstairs at the dormitory." "Lu Zhutu, okay, I'm almost done packing too. I'll be right there." For some reason, Lu Hang felt Yi Qingling is in a very good mood now. Maybe it was because I had a great conversation with my roommate. Lu Jutu is being nibbled by a cute little mouth. This is still back in high school. Yi Qingling firmly insisted that Lu Hang make the change. If you don't change your mind, just take out what was collected from his room. Manual for youth training, all submitted to parents. At that time, he could only grit his teeth, indignantly following Yi Qingling's request. I changed to this avatar and name now. Translation error. I want to change my name and profile picture. But without exception, all were discovered by Yi Qingling. Then it was forcibly changed again, so much so that it has continued to this day. Unknowingly, he has already gotten used to it. He then clicked on Yi Qingling's profile picture and name, biting into the edge of a pig's head. At this moment, he looks at this avatar and name, unconsciously revealed a faint smile. He quickened his pace, quickly tidying up the last little bit. Just left the dormitory. Wan Ning, I will take my leave now. I'm going to find my dear boyfriend now. Yi Qingling was speaking, with eyes filled with anticipation and happiness, looking at Chu Wanning, who was organizing her belongings. After the recent pleasant and light-hearted conversations, there was originally a somewhat distant relationship between them. It seems to have brought us much closer in an instant, become increasingly harmonious and cohesive. All right, I still have some things here. I need more than 10. Chu Wan Ning smiled and waved her hand to Yi Qingling. Yi Qingling was like a lively and adorable little rabbit. Hopping and skipping, I arrived at the side of the elevator. As the elevator doors slowly opened and closed again, she quickly arrived at the first-floor lobby. After standing still, Yi Qingling paused for a moment. The gaze was fixed firmly ahead, not far away. Not long after, a familiar, tall and handsome figure, gradually coming into view. Lu Hang was steadily walking over. As the vision gradually became clear, after seeing clearly who had arrived, Yi Qingling's originally dull eyes, suddenly it felt like being ignited. A bright and intense light suddenly burst forth, like brilliant stars. At the same time, on her delicate and ethereal face, as if blooming like spring flowers, revealing a dazzling brilliance, a heartwarming smile, Zengxin, accompanied by a gentle and melodious call. Yi Qingling was filled with joy, like a graceful butterfly, eagerly rushing towards the landing path. Seeing this scene, Lu Hang couldn't help but feel a tightness in his heart. He hurriedly shouted loudly, "Run a little slower. Be careful not to fall." HMPH truly lacking in romance. Hearing Lu Hang so nervous about himself, Yi Qingling, however, did not take it to heart, pouted instead, suddenly collapsed in front of me, murmured with a face full of disdain, "Speak up." Translation error. However, Lu Hang couldn't be bothered to respond to her. "Since we've arrived at school, let's go to the cafeteria together first, enjoying a delicious breakfast." So, she looked down at the phone in her hand. He suggested slowly and casually, "How about we? Let's go to the school canteen for something to eat. After all, it's still early. It's only just 8:30. Yi Qingling listened. A hint of doubt flashed in his eyes. Curiously asked, "But the school canteen at this time, will it really open for business?" Facing this problem, Lu Hang hesitated for a moment, then replied thoughtfully, "Well, theoretically speaking, the door should be open. After all, it's sophomore year. The seniors in their third year. School started a few days ago." Yi Qingling suddenly realized and nodded. But right after that, another new question arises. "Shenzhen, do you know where the school cafeteria is located?" Lu Hangwen was instantly taken aback. A hint of embarrassment appeared on his face. He instinctively reached back to scratch his head. Stammering, he said, "Well, this— You really did it." I was stuck in thought. Immediately afterward, she quickly took out her phone and began to preach. "Fortunately, I checked the map online in advance. You should be able to find where the cafeteria is." Upon hearing this, he kindling beside her, unable to contain the excitement and curiosity within, eagerly shouting, "Let me take a look! Quick, let me take a look too! Speak!" She excitedly leaped onto Lu Hang's arm. Then she focused intently on the phone screen with her. Suddenly, only Yi Qingling gasped in amazement. "Wow, this school, there are actually 4 dining halls." Her eyes sparkled with light, as if discovering a Western treasure. Lu Hang couldn't help but feel a surge of emotion. After all, this institution— But it is a top university located in a first-tier city. But I have to admit, this campus is indeed too big. After a rough estimate, she was surprised to realize even the cafeteria closest to the dormitory— Walk over. It will take at least 10 minutes. After a moment of contemplation, Yi Qingling decisively suggested, "Let's go. In that case, let's go check out the nearest cafeteria. It's also a good opportunity to take a look at the overall environment of the school." Before the voice could fade away, she gave Lu Hang's shoulder a hard slap, immediately took a big step forward, with head held high. "Stand still and walk forward." Translation error. Lu Hang called out, feeling both amused and helpless. "Hey, do you know where the location is? You just walked away like that." Facing the doubts of Lu Hang, Yi Qingling, however, did not take it to heart. Just a slight smile at the corner of the lips. She revealed a slight smile of disdain, responded at the same time, "This young lady has long prepared this map, deeply engraved in my mind." Having said that, she didn't look back, still steadfastly moving forward. "You better not get lost." Lu Hang shook his head helplessly, gently pinched herself, the forehead that has already started to ache faintly. With a silent sigh in my heart, he quickly caught up. Time passes second by second. About 5 minutes later, suddenly, a cry filled with sorrow echoed from ahead. "Adhan, where exactly is the cafeteria? I can't find it no matter how hard I try." Yi Qingling was standing still in place. That originally delicate and lovely face, at this moment, that seems like being struck by frost, became incredibly sorrowful. Upon hearing this, Lu Hang was instantly infuriated. He glared angrily at the fool in front of him, said with annoyance, "Didn't I just say that it's best if you don't get lost?" What was the result? Is it okay now, even getting lost in a cafeteria? I really don't know what to do with you." While speaking, Lu Hang extended his right hand. He ruthlessly pinched Yi Qingling's delicate, round cheeks, and pulled hard, as if wanting to release all the resentment in my heart. It seems like all the frustration has been vented onto this innocent little face. At this moment, Yi Qingling is completely powerless to resist. He could only let Lu Hang freely pinch his face. Occasionally, a few sounds of black leaves emerged from his mouth. The sight was truly tragic. "Well, then I'm wrong. Don't blame me, I was wrong. Stop rubbing." Yi Qingling, feeling dizzy, pleaded. Sigh. "Let me check the map." Lu Hang took a breath, let go of Yi Qingling. "Then I opened my phone. Start looking at the map. This map, I can't tell either." Lu Hang frowned tightly. The eyes glanced around, looked at the map on the phone again. Sigh. "We won't be tracked here, will we?" Yi Qingling looked around at the towering buildings. said fearfully, "Junior students, are you lost?" Suddenly, a pleasant voice of the imperial decree echoed. A sound echoed ahead of the two. The two looked up. A figure dressed in black silk leaf attire appeared. A beautiful woman appeared ahead. Kingling's gaze immediately became alert, the body slightly blocked in front of Lu Hang. "Senior sister, do you know the nearest cafeteria from here? How should we go?" Lu Hang picked up the map on his phone. "I asked this senior. Oh, this side. You are going the wrong way. You head towards the road behind. Walk for about 5 more minutes." "Just arrived." The senior pointed to another path behind the two of them. Said, "Thank you, senior sister." Lu Hang politely expressed his thanks. Vine pulled Kingling and walked towards the back. Do you like seeing girls in black stockings?" Kingling stared at Lu Hang, with a hint of vigilance in his eyes. "Because that senior just wore black stockings." "But you, what are you talking about again?" Lu Hang heard these words. "I almost couldn't catch my breath. Hurry up. Just answer me whether I like it or not." Kingling frowned and impatiently asked, This. It should be something they like, right?" Lu Hang's peripheral vision. He stole a glance at Kingling's jade legs in shorts. Dry mouth and parched throat. "I'll wear it for you as soon as I get home. You must not sneak a peek at others." Kingling gritted her teeth in anger. There was a hint of annoyance in his tone. "Why are you always like this?" Such a rebellious statement will be made. Lu Hang widened his eyes and questioned, "And who says he was stealing glances?" "All right. I just stole a glance. But this is a man's true nature, isn't it? I will place the order now." Rapid response. "It will be delivered to the house later." Kingling quickly took out her phone to place an order. Lu Hang did not stop. It is better to say its anticipation. He secretly glanced over at her. "What style did Kingling buy?" "I buy this slightly. A little transparent. Let's make it a bit clearer." Lu Hang moved closer to Kingling. He hesitantly pointed to another style on his phone. Kingling showed a look of disgust. I took a glance at Lu Hang, but the corners of his mouth involuntarily lifted, blushing and stammering. "This way." Then he placed the order as requested by Lu Hang. You must not misunderstand." "Misunderstood. I just feel that I feel this style is more comfortable to wear." Lu Hang stuttered, trying to explain to oneself, but Kingling noticed a hint of red on his ears. "I'll wear it for you as soon as I get home." Kingling leaned close to Lu Hang's ear, spoke softly and gently, with a hint of allure in her tone. This time Lu Hang's ears turned even redder. "It feels like it has just been burned." He hurriedly explained. "How could I see this? An unbearable sight." "Oh, really?" Kingling looked at him with a speechless expression. "That, if you question it." Lu Hang pretended to be serious and said. But the eyes dared not look at Kingling. "I had," Kingling murmured to herself like a delicate tattoo. "The corners of the mouth curled up like this. I can't hold it down. Hurry up. Hurry home after finishing your meal." Lu Hang felt that the atmosphere at the scene was a bit strange at this moment, pulled Kingling and left. But these words reached Kingling's ears. It means something else entirely. Don't be anxious. The delivery hasn't arrived this quickly yet." Kingling lowered her head with a flushed face, gently advised. Why am I in such a hurry?" Lu Hang was puzzled for a moment. Then suddenly I had a moment of realization. That sentence just now. It does seem a bit strange. I didn't mean it that way." Lu Hang hurriedly waved his hand to explain. All right. There is indeed a little bit, but just a little bit. It's really just a little bit. I understand, I understand. Let's go eat. Yi Qingling smiled and gently nudged Lu Hang's back, urging him on. Do you really understand? Lu Hang asked in confusion. I understand. Yi Qingling nodded with a smile, urgently pushing Lu Hang forward. Okay, all right. He always felt that Yi Qingling's words had hidden meanings. Well, after the two entered the dining hall, they each sighed in unison. The cafeteria was a spacious and bright place. The decoration is simple and elegant. It has a feeling of an upscale restaurant. There is a second floor, third floor. There are neatly arranged rows of tables and chairs inside, providing meals for students. Also set up some special areas, like a halal restaurant, Western restaurant, etc., to meet different needs. Moreover, the cafeteria will also be equipped with air conditioning, fan and other equipment to ensure that students dine in a comfortable environment. The cafeteria's dishes are diverse and plentiful, covers a variety of flavors and cuisines. Breakfast usually includes porridge, mantu, bayas, yusheo, soy milk, etc. The cafeteria at Haida has relatively low prices. Generally speaking, the price of each meal is between yuan. This is important for students. It is very affordable, especially for students from families with financial difficulties. It can alleviate their economic burden. Of course, more people started coming into the cafeteria. Many students come to have breakfast. Some classmates noticed Lu Hang and Yi Qingling. From time to time, there were some faint murmurs reaching the ears of the two. Hello, I've never seen such beautiful things at school before. It should be a new student. There are even a few students. Take out the phone. Translation error. Uploaded it to the school forum. Of course, Lu Hang and Yi Qingling didn't pay much attention either. After all, it has always been a common occurrence. But still I feel a little uncomfortable. There are more and more people. Sigh. Lu Hang sighed helplessly. Looked at Yi Qingling. Does this mean we will have to wear masks whenever we go out in the future? Zen. Let's go eat that. Yi Qingling's eye sparkled. He pointed to a pancake shop ahead. Then I'll go buy a bowl of porridge. Lu Hang pondered for a moment, looked towards the porridge shop on the other side. Sai, aren't you coming with me? You go buy it yourself first. I bought porridge and came to find you. All right. Then the two of them went their separate ways, towards two directions, went to buy various breakfasts. Auntie, could you please bring me a bowl of century egg and lean meat congee? I want a large portion. Lu Hang bent down. Pointing at a bowl of century egg and lean meat congee, he said, All right, 7 yuan. Then Aunt scooped a full, heaping spoon, placed in a bowl, handed it to Lu Hang. Lu Hang just wants to sigh. The cafeteria aunt from High University truly lives up to her reputation. A Han actually doesn't understand. It's not getting better that quickly. Junior sister, can I have a contact method? Suddenly, a boy appeared behind. Yi Qingling turned around to take a look. Someone is looking for her contact information. At the same time, Lu Hang also saw it. Another boy approached Yi Qingling. He instantly became nervous, quickly walked towards Yi Qingling. I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend. Yi Qingling replied in a cold tone. Then they saw Lu Hang's anxious face. Walking this way. Zen. Here. Yi Qingling excitedly waved at Lu Hang. That boy also turned around to take a look. I realized he was someone many times more handsome than me, with an anxious expression. Coming this way. No, I'm sorry. Sorry to disturb. The boy wore an awkward expression, quickly ran away, when Lu Hang walked up to Yi Qingling, glanced at the boy who had just run away. He turned to Yi Qingling and asked, "What did he just say to you?" In his tone carried a hint of questioning. "Big." Yi Qingling saw the expression on Lu Hang's face at this moment. "Don't mention how happy I am," he replied with a smile. "He wants to add me as a contact, but I just directly rejected him." After speaking, he slightly lowered his head, a look that seeks compliments. That's right. Let me tell you, you are still young. You can't get too close to other people of the opposite sex." Lu Hang heard these words. "I feel a little more at ease now." Translation error. Spoke in a pretentious manner. This sentence. "It seems like I was the one who said it to you. Then don't worry about it. You only need to know this meaning." And I understand." He Kingling smiled and hugged Lu Hang's arm tightly. Stuck to him. Don't suddenly come over like that." My porridge almost spilled. Lu Hang's arm shook after being hit, but still steadily caught the bowl of porridge in hand. "Make sure not to forget later." "Let me have a taste too." He Kingling's bright, sparkling eyes tightly staring at the steaming bowl held in Lu Hang's hands. Aromatic porridge, with a hint of anticipation and excitement in their tone, couldn't help but remind once again. Lu Hang heard what he said. The face still maintained that calmness and composure. The corners of his mouth curled up slightly. He responded with a faint smile. "Don't worry. I have a good idea in my heart. So I bought a large bowl, guaranteed to make sure you have enough to drink. Speak." He gently shook the large bowl in his hand. "It seems to be showing Yi Qingling how lavish this bowl of porridge is." At that moment, a warm and friendly voice came from the window. "Little girl, your pancake is ready. It's a total of 10 yuan." Only a kind and friendly aunt could be seen, peeking out from the window, in hand, holding a carefully wrapped large portion of pancake in a plastic bag. Smilingly handed it to Yi Qingling. "Thank you." And Yi Qingling happily accepted the heavy pancake, and quickly paid the prepared change to the other party. Immediately following that, she turned around with a triumphant smile, deliberately shaking the pancake in front of Lu Hang. He began to boast with a grin. "Did you see it? This young lady bought it. It's also a super large pancake." Lu Hang frowned. He reached back to scratch the back of his head, asked with a face full of confusion, "Since that's the case, then why not just buy 2 portions directly? Isn't this more convenient? Then why don't you buy 2 bowls of congee?" "Because you ate the pancake. Definitely can't finish the porridge." "Then I'll buy 2 servings of jianbing." "Can you still finish the porridge?" "Can't finish eating." Lu Hang nodded seriously. Hearing this, Yi Qingling was so angry that she stomped her feet, silently cursing in my heart. HMPH, this wooden brother. You really don't understand romance at all. He's nothing but a complete fool. Pighead. But on the surface, they still held back their anger, gave Lu Hang a fierce glare, gritted his teeth and retorted, "Oh, what do you know? Can you please not talk too much? What an annoying brat." Finished speaking, huffily turned her head away. "No longer pay attention to him. Let's find a quiet place to eat. It feels like more and more people are gathering here." Lu Hang glanced around and urged, "Oh, you're right too." Yi Qingling responded. Then he followed Lu Hang. I sat down in a corner. Fortunately, it's breakfast time now. Not many students eat breakfast. So, near the location of this corner. There's no one here. Let's eat here. Lu Hang held. The large bowl of porridge was set down. Yi Qingling slowly sat down beside him. Give me a sip. Just drink it down. Hey, it's hot. Don't drink so quickly. Lu Hang quickly urged him to stop. But it is too late. Yi Qingling has already taken a sip of the porridge. Ah, it's so hot, so hot. So hot, so hot. Yi Qingling's tears were scalded at the corners of her eyes. It's all going to spill out. Hurry up, spit it out. Spit it into my mouth. Pay in hand. Lu Hang eagerly reached out and placed his hand near Yi Qingling's mouth. Spit. Yi Qingling slowly swallowed the porridge in her mouth. It was handed over to Lu Hang. It's so hot. Yi Qingling spat out the porridge, quickly fanned air into his mouth. He is now. I can barely feel my tongue anymore. It feels all fuzzy and numb. Wait a moment. I'll go buy you a bottle of cold water. Lu Hang used the other hand. He took out a tissue to wipe the porridge off his hands. Then leave the cafeteria, towards the convenience store behind. Run away. He quickly took out a bottle of ice water. After paying, he turned around. Just ran away. Handsome guy Edme. A female classmate next to me took out her phone, trying to add a contact method. But Lu Hang suddenly ran away. Haha, actually I didn't really want to join either. He was left alone holding his phone. Stood in place, awkwardly clapping hands. Pom. Quick, take a sip of cold water. Lu Hang eagerly handed over the water. The coal reached Yi Qingling's mouth. He is feeling a little better now. Yi Qingling let out a deep breath. Then he sighed. You really are something. Can you be a little more careful? Lu Hang furrowed his brow. He questioned sternly, as if he was frustrated that iron could not be made into steel. Sorry. Yi Qingling weakly apologized. Hey, here you go. You can eat this. Lu Hang took out a small spoon, handed it to Yi Qingling. Then, don't forget to remind me again. Slow down. Haha, can you feed me? Yi Qingling opened her big, watery eyes. With a pleading expression, he asked, Why should I feed you? Lu Hang looked around. Although there are few people, but that doesn't mean no one is watching. You know, I eat in a careless manner. I will get burned again soon. You wouldn't want me to get burned again, would you? Yi Qingling explained in a weak manner. Okay, give me the spoon. Lu Hang fell silent for a moment. Once again snatched the spoon from Yi Qingling's hand. He compromised. Hey. Yi Qingling chuckled lightly, then opened his mouth to Lu Hang. Lu Hang carefully scooped a small spoonful of porridge, blew on it and put it to my lips, then slowly fed it into Yi Qingling's mouth. Is it still hot? Lu Hang looked worried and asked. Aha, not hot. Yi Qingling slowly swallowed the porridge. Tianchen replied sweetly. Hang, haven't you always been a neat freak? How could I be so decisive just now? Then I spat out that mouthful of porridge. Yi Qingling had a hint of a smile on her face, a smile as sweet as blooming spring flowers. She asked softly. From her joyful expression at this moment, it is clear. At this moment, the mood is simply wonderful to the extreme. Faced with Yi Qingling's doubts, Lu Hang replied happily. HMPH, what if I don't answer? Translation error. Be careful not to burn your mouth. Speak. The sun rises. To get things done, you have to be as focused as Yi Qingling. Only listen. Then, a crisp sound. Lu Hang's palm landed solidly on Yi Qingling's smooth forehead. Immediately afterwards, it was a sharp scream from Yi Qingling. She held her head in her hands, with a face full of grievances, in a pair of big eyes, sparkling with glistening tears, a picture that evokes sympathy and affection. However, in reality, her inner self, like a blooming flower, filled with joy and sweetness. Pain, he kindling sweetly said to Lu Hang. At the same time, she didn't forget to act cute, trying to gain more attention and affection from each other. Upon seeing this, Lu Hang shook his head helplessly, muttering to oneself, "As long as you know the pain. Eating is always so hasty and careless, although I constantly complain." But the movements of the hands were very gentle. He began to gently massage Yi Qingling's forehead, to relieve her pain. "Hey, all right, you go ahead. Have a bite of my pancake too. I haven't eaten yet." Yi Qingling held the pancake, waved in front of Lu Hang. Temptation Road. "Classmate, can I have your contact information? Maybe you didn't notice me just now." "Oh," the girl said with a smile, but deep down there was a hint of unwillingness. As expected, it was that female classmate from just now. At this moment she unexpectedly approached Lu Hang again, insist on obtaining their contact information. Faced with the sudden request, Lu Hang remained very calm and polite. "I'm really sorry. It's not very convenient at the moment." After saying this, she said no more. However, that female classmate, clearly not giving up, still wanting to ask more questions. The words had not yet left my mouth, only the terrifying scene in front of me. "She is mine." Yi Qingling, standing behind Lu Hang, unable to contain the anger in my heart any longer, facing the female classmate, make a silent gesture, and viciously gestured as if to indicate a throat. At this moment, Yi Qingling's eyes, revealing endless violence and madness. She stared fixedly ahead. This female classmate, his gaze was like a sharp sword, piercing straight into the depths of the other person's heart. In an instant, the female classmate screamed in fright. Sweat poured down my body, as cold as if falling into an ice cellar. A strange sense of fear surged in my heart. It made her feel a sense of contentment. If we continue to entangle endlessly, I'm afraid there is a real possibility that my life is in danger. So, the female classmate hurriedly apologized. "I'm really sorry. Sorry to interrupt you both. Enjoy your meal and drinks." As soon as the pronunciation ended, she was like a startled rabbit. "Am I that scary?" Lu Hang had an awkward expression. He turned to Yi Qingling and asked, Maybe she felt shy. Yi Qingling responded with a sweet smile. "It's completely gone, that madness from just now." Violent expression. "Don't worry about her anymore. Hurry and take a bite of my pancake." Yi Qingling took the large pancake, delivered to Lu Hang's lips. "It also has chicken strips added." Sausage. "Wait a moment." "Oh," Lu Hang replied. "Just open your mouth." Took a big bite of the pancake. "Put it in your mouth." "Hey, this is exactly what I miss about home." Yi Qingling looked at the gap in the pancake, glistening sparkling points, whispered excitedly to themselves. "Ayamu." Yi Qingling also looked at the spot where Lu Hang had just bitten, took a big bite and put it in their mouth. Ayam. Yi Qingling closed her eyes, enjoying the taste of this pancake, occasionally letting out adorable chewing sounds. Feast generously. She gave a thumbs up, praising the pancake. "Is it really that delicious?" Lu Hang looked at Yi Qingling's expression of enjoyment, asked with disdain, "HMPH, why don't you take another bite?" Yi Qingling held the pancake up to Lu Hang's mouth again. He said with shining eyes, "That's right. She wants to add more ingredients again. I'm not eating any more. I haven't even drunk my porridge yet. Lu Hang gently pushed away the pancake by his mouth. He picked up a spoon and took a bite of the porridge. Translation error. Yi Qingling quietly muttered to herself, it must be the cafeteria at High University. This porridge is so delicious. Lu Hang praised while chewing. HMPH. We wait. Let's go back to buy groceries. Today is the last day at home. Let's have a big meal. Yi Qingling looked at Lu Hang with shining eyes and exclaimed excitedly, "Chut! What do you feel like eating?" Lu Hang said. He also took a sip of porridge. Inquired, "Mid, I want to eat meat." Yi Qingling sat up straight immediately. Tears fall uncontrollably. It flowed down from the corner of the mouth. "You this. Forget it. Let's go to the supermarket later." Lu Hang shook his head helplessly. "The porridge has cooled down. Do you want to take another sip?" Lu Hang handed the spoon to Yi Qingling. Tentatively asked, "It's getting cooler. Then I won't drink any more." Yi Qingling shook her head in refusal, then took another bite of the pancake. "You never feed me. What else should I drink?" "Still eat me. It's a pancake with added ingredients. Just out of the oven. Seeing you eat so happily. It's getting cooler. Instead, I won't drink." "You can't be." Lu Hang opened his big eyes. Staring in shock, Yi Qingling asked, "Tonight I'll show you." "Who is it really?" Yi Qingling gritted her teeth and said fiercely, "The pancake in my hand." She was directly pulled down halfway by her. "It went into my mouth." "Give her two." The cheeks are puffed out. The grim expression, with puffed cheeks. "Imo too. What are you randomly spouting everywhere?" Lu Hang looked on with disdain. "Being covered in chewed food." Questioned harshly. Translation error. Deserved it. Yi Qingling muttered persistently, and no longer paid attention to Lu Hang. Yiri Lu Hong na chu zhai jin. Yiri Lu Hong took out a tissue, frantically wiping off the clutter on his body, and the food scattered on the ground. Occasionally makes disgusted sounds. "Who told you to pinch my face?" Yi Qingling had a look. I waved my hand with an expression that said it's not my concern. The city lights shine brilliantly at night. The neon lights flicker. Colorful brilliance decorate the entire city especially beautifully. Vehicles are constantly flowing on the street. People hurriedly rush home. The sign at the store entrance, shining with dazzling light, attracting passers-by. Yi Qingling, walk faster. It's already 6:30. Are you still eating? Lu Hang carried a large bag, a small grill just purchased from the supermarket. Grilling equipment, Yi Qingling urged from the front, facing the back. "Aha, so heavy." Yi Qingling was also carrying a large bag of food, wobbling and following behind. Breathlessly responded, "Why did you buy so much meat?" Lu Hang complained irritably, "But this is at home. Is this the last meal? You must eat better." Yi Qingling scoffed and muttered in discontent, "Sigh, I give up on you. Let go of one side of the bag. I'll help you lift it together." Lu Hang sighed helplessly, quickly walked up, helped Yi Qingling hold on. The other side of the bag. "Big, let's go, let's go." Yi Qingling immediately felt, "It doesn't feel as heavy in my hand anymore." Cheerfully holding one side of the bag, they skipped away cheerfully. Walking slower makes it easier. I'm holding something in my other hand too." Lu Hang really wanted to give Yi Qingling a good beating. It was just moving so slowly. "Run this fast right now." "I'm back." Yi Qingling forcefully pushed open the door. "Shout out loud." "What are you shouting about?" "The room is empty again." Lu Hang complained while dragging his slippers. Since let's hurry up and start grilling. I can't wait any longer, Yi Qingling said. He also sucked the saliva left on the corner of his mouth. Then you first take these things. Put it on the dining table. It should work once you plug in the cushion. Lu Hang put down the other bag of barbecue utensils in his hand. It was handed to Yi Qingling. It's really a bit heavy. Yi Qingling walked swaying gently, let out a muffled groan. Lu Hang gently closed the door. He also carried that bag of ingredients, placed it by the dining table. Since how do I use this baking mat? Yi Qingling fiddled with the baking tray. As it should work once you plug in the cushion. Let me take a look. As soon as he spoke, the landing gear was deployed. Then a layer of oil paper was laid down. Apply the oil. Start heating. Crackling, crackling sound. As a subtle and crisp sound approached, it felt like a small symphony was being performed. Not long after, sounds began to emerge from above the baking tray. The faint sound of sizzling oil. The sound was like popping popcorn, jumping joyfully. Lu Hang did not dare to be the slightest bit negligent. He quickly brought the prepared meat chunks, gently spread it out on the baking tray. Sigh, sigh. In an instant, a rich aroma of meat, like a surging torrent, bursting out from the baking tray. This fragrance, like an invisible giant hand, tightly gripped people's olfactory nerves. It is hard not to be enchanted. Drooling with desire, it smells so good. Yi Qingling, standing to the side, uncontrollably let out a sigh of admiration. She squinted slightly, took a deep breath, trying to capture this exquisite flavor, inhale it all through the nose. That satisfied expression. It feels as if I have already tasted it. The finest delicacies in the world are usually. At this moment, the entire room was filled with the enticing aroma of grilled meat. It feels as if one is immersed in a paradise of delicacies. This little piece of meat should be done roasting. Try it. Lu Hang prepares the seasoning, holding the meat with chopsticks in one hand under the meat. The taste lingered at Yi Qingling's lips. Yi Qingling opened. Blood basin big mouth. He ate it directly. How is it? I am the imperial poison master. Lu Hang asked with a sinister smile. Sorry, I can't assist with that. Yi Qingling's eyes widened immediately, stared at her in shock. Lu Hang said solemnly, Why are you looking at me like that? Right. How could I dare to give you uncooked food? Hearing this, Yi Qingling finally dared to chew seriously. It's just that I think I just added too much salt. But Lu Hang's words. It was like a golden thunder. It hit Yi Qingling. Big. Yi Qingling quickly swallowed the piece of meat in her mouth, threw up into the nearby trash can. Uyutu, you dare to plot against me? Yi Qingling gritted her teeth and questioned. Don't speak without evidence. Clearly I am the emperor, so you're admitting that they plotted against me. Sorry, but I can't assist with that. Accidentally added too much salt. Lu too. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Yi Qingling paused for a moment. Tornado destroys parking lot. The attack fell upon Lu Hang. Stop, stop, stop. I'll give you this to eat. I just finished it. Lu Hang quickly added a piece of grilled meat. It was handed back to Yi Qingling's lips. Is this cooked? Right. Is there salt? Let it go. You didn't add too much again, did you? No. Are you still eating? I won't eat, I'll eat. As soon as he spoke, Lu Hang was about to say something. Eat that piece of meat. Sigh. Don't. Yi Qingling took advantage of that piece of meat before it had entered the mouth of Lu Hang. took a big bite, but her lips accidentally brushed against her lips. Emo too. You, could you be a little more careful? Lu Hang wiped her lips, questioned with a fierce expression. Translation error. It's not like we haven't kissed before. Yi Qingling appeared indifferent, chewing while talking, mumbling with something in my mouth. Lu Hang's eyes widened, shocked to the point of speechlessness. Sister, you just said it like that. What are you doing? Do you still want to kiss? I really can't do anything about you. Saying this, Yi Qingling pouted, attack in the direction of the landing zone. Unbeknownst to them, a smile had already formed at the corner of her mouth. A subtle, cunning smile. Do. Lu Hang looked at him with disdain. He pushed her away directly. Then he disdainfully said, You take a look. The material on your lips. Iwei. She pretended to be disgusted. But my ears have already started to turn slightly red. Yi Qingling looked like her plan had failed. In the dark, surround the snake. Dang dong. Hello. Express delivery. The doorbell suddenly rang. The delivery person shouted outside the door. Here it comes. As she spoke, Yi Qingling was like a gust of wind, rushed to the door to receive the package. What did you buy? Lu Hang was eating meat. Bian curiously asked. Xing, you forgot. What did I forget? Yi Qingling smiled wickedly, gently leaned closer to Lu Hang's ear. A soft and charming whisper emerged. I'll wear it for you to see in a bit. Lu Hang suddenly remembered. Her ears suddenly turned bright red. He quickly said, Hurry up and eat. After the meal, Lu Hang finished his shower. Just lying on the bed, he pretended to be serious as he stared at the phone screen, but out of the corner of my eye, yet it occasionally illuminated the doorway. Click. Accompanied by this crisp and faint sound, it felt as if the entire world held its breath in awe. Finally, the long-closed door. There was some movement. The doorknob was like a slumbering spirit, awakened quietly by a mysterious force. Begin slowly. Carefully began to twist. As time goes by, the door gradually creaks open, like a portal to an unknown world, slowly unfolding. The first thing that catches the eye is, it is a pair of perfectly flawless long eyebrows. It is like a finely crafted piece of art, wrapped in a layer of thin black stockings. It exudes a mysteriously captivating charm. Every subtle movement can cause a slight tremor in the surrounding air. It seemed to tell of the owner's nobility and elegance. Immediately after, the eyebrow-legged creature gracefully took a step forward, as if stepping on a soft cloud. There is not the slightest sense of weight. Meanwhile, the door pushed open wider and wider. It's like a painting, slowly unfolding before everyone's eyes. At this moment, standing at the door, it is Yi Qingling, her stunningly beautiful face, like a bright full moon, emitting a captivating glow, a pair of sparkling big eyes, just like a deep lake, filled with endless charm and allure. Beneath the high-bridged nose, that cherry blossom-like mouth slightly curved up, sketching a faintly alluring smile. This smile, like flowers blossoming in spring, instantly illuminated the entire room. Illuminate the originally dim space, become bright. Lu Hang opened his eyes wide, staring blankly at this family member who seemed like a fairy descended from the heavens. For a moment, I completely forgot to breathe. A wave of indescribable emotions surged within him. There was both admiration for Yi Qingling's beauty, with an irresistible allure intertwined. At this moment, time seemed to freeze. The whole world was left with only their gazes locked on each other. Black stockings are a mysterious and seductive garment. It perfectly showcases the lines of his legs. The jade legs are one of the most alluring parts of his body. He is tall, straight, smooth. It makes one unable to resist falling for it. When black silk meets jade legs, it creates a unique charm. This charm lies not only in its visual impact. It is more about the confidence and elegance he conveys. Legs in black stockings. It seemed to be telling of his beauty and charm. Lu Hang felt an irresistible attraction. The black stockings paired with the ultra-short shorts in the middle. Absolute territory. Lu Hang was stunned. Yi Qingling's steps were light and graceful. The posture is both graceful and alluring. He couldn't help but stop in his tracks. Loneliness. Lu Hang suddenly felt dry in his mouth and throat. I couldn't help but swallow, but his gaze seemed to be glued to Yi Qingling. Those long legs appeared. Can't pull it down. How is it? I have. Is it beautiful? Yi Qingling walked with a lively step, slowly walking towards Lu Hang, smirking wickedly. Loneliness. Still, it's okay. Lu Hang swallowed, then replied stubbornly, "Oh, is that true?" Yi Qingling stood directly in front of Lu Hang, because Lu Hang is leaning over the bed. So those long, jade-like legs wrapped in flying silk. She stood right in front of him, a centimeter apart. Translation error. The fragrance of Yi Qingling after her shower. He suddenly felt an unbearable heat all over his body, unconsciously longing to soar. I want to touch it. Yi Qingling bent down, by the ear of Lu Hang. The voice asked seductively, "Since you're asking like this, then I won't touch it. It would make me seem petty." Lu Hang pretended to answer seriously, but at this moment his face, it's already as red as an apple. "I'm coming now." Lu Hang stammered as he spoke. That hand seemed unable to hold back any longer. Before he said this, "It has already been extended." "Inen." "No." "Are you feeling unwell? Then I'll take it down first." As he spoke, a landing gear was about to bring it down. The hand pressed on his leg withdrew. "Don't." With a startled cry, Yi Qingling quickly reached out her hand, hold onto Lu Hang tightly, then forcefully pressed his hand back to its original position. His cheeks instantly flushed bright red. The gaze flickers uncertainly. Slightly turned her head. I didn't dare to look directly at Lu Hang. Stammered in response. "But there is nothing uncomfortable. Really." The voice was as light as a mosquito. It seemed as if it could vanish into thin air at any moment. Lu Hang saw this. A sense of curiosity surged within me. He looked at the shy and charming Yi Qingling in front of him. The corners of his mouth involuntarily lifted. A faint smile appeared. Next, his once obedient hands suddenly became restless. It begins on his smooth and delicate thigh, wandering aimlessly. "Yingnin." Yi Qingling instinctively covered her mouth, trying to suppress the delicate figure about to speak. However, the body felt as if struck by an invisible current, trembled involuntarily. He only felt, "My legs feel weak and powerless," almost unable to support the weight of his own body. Nevertheless, at this moment, deep inside Yi Qingling's heart, but was filled with joy, because just now he unexpectedly discovered a small secret hidden within Lu Hang. Secret. This secret let him face Lu Hang, gained a deeper understanding and awareness. Also let their relationship, becoming increasingly subtle and interesting. "Okay, so soft. What should I do? I'm a bit addicted." "Oh, this is so intense." Lu Hang kept sighing in his heart. The actions of the hands unconsciously increased. Ye Kingling really couldn't hold back any more. A greeting exchanged. I sat directly next to Lu Hang. The whole leg has completely gone soft. Uh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Lu Hang quickly apologized. Quickly withdrew the hand she had placed on his thigh. Lu Hang, you are such a pervert. Then, this is so perverse. Lu Hang kept cursing himself inwardly. It's nothing. Ye Kingling covered her mouth, face full of redness. He replied weakly. The atmosphere at the scene suddenly fell into an unbearable silence. It feels like I can even hear the sound of air flowing in the room. Ahan, can I sleep with you tonight? Ye Kingling sat beside him, asked with a hint of shyness. Sorry, I can't assist with that. Sure. Lu Hang also found it hard to refuse. After all, just now. That kind of thing just happened. Then you take this off first. Sleeping in clothes is uncomfortable. Lu Hang slowly pointed at Ye Kingling's black stockings on her legs and said, I understand. Then Ye Kingling replied softly, then sat up on the bed, slowly took off the black stockings. After all, wearing this thing tightens around the legs. I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable. However, Hang Hen likes it. Thinking of this, Ye Kingling's lips involuntarily curled upward. I had. You open a bit of the quilt. Let me get in. Ye Kingling took off her black stockings. Lu Hang, hurry up, he urged, patting the figure wrapped in the blanket. Lu Hang then lifted a corner of the blanket. Indicate for Ye Kingling to enter. Aha. Ye Kingling laughed excitedly. Then it directly burrowed in. Hugged him. Lu Hang now has a feeling. That is it. The way of getting along with Ye Kingling. They are becoming more and more like a couple. Everything related to clothing, food, housing, and transportation is interconnected. I haven't done anything else besides that. Everything else that needed to be done has been done, although he has never been in a relationship. But I've never eaten pork. Have you never seen a pig run? But at this moment instead, I really enjoy this feeling. You can interact with him without any reservations. Adhan. So it turns out you are like this. I like black stockings. Ye Kingling is in Lu Hang's arms. Wu Zui lightly laughed and teased him. I guess not. Lu Hang retorted stubbornly. He thought to himself, if we just admit it like this, then one claims the title of a virtuous person for oneself. It can't be protected anymore. Ye Kingling looked at Lu Hang's expression. Suddenly I understood his thoughts. His eyes darted. He warned seriously. But you can only see me wear it. I have seen others wear it. Lu Hang was baffled. Thinking to myself, you probably haven't seen it yourself, right? I saw it on the street. But that was an act of God. Who told you to keep the auto aim on? Did you hear that? Ye Kingling shook her head impatiently. Yao Lu hung his shoulder. I heard it, I heard it. Lu Hang's helplessness. I had no choice but to agree with Ye Kingling's words. But at the same time, he also thought of something. Said solemnly, but you are not allowed to wear this when you go out. I know. Ye Kingling was like a little cat, happily nuzzled in Lu Hang's arms. Go ahead. Tonight is the final night. From tomorrow on, we have to move to the pig's den. In Ye Kingling's tone, revealing an unwillingness to part. Those beautiful eyes, occasionally glancing at Lu Hang with peripheral vision, as if wanting to capture his current appearance, deeply engraved in the heart. Don't worry. It's just a short 7 days. Lu Hang tried hard to act as if nothing had happened. But in reality, His gaze would unconsciously drift towards Yi Qingling. It seems to be observing his reaction. So what will happen 7 days later? Yi Qingling did not give up just like that. Instead, they launched a further offensive, urgently pressed for answers. Facing this problem, Lu Hang couldn't help but feel a bit flustered. His voice gradually became deep. After 7 days, write that if you ever want to come here to stay for a while, it's not impossible. In the end, Lu Hang is almost. Nairu spoke these words. Finished speaking. Lu Hang seemed afraid that Yi Qingling could see through his thoughts. Quickly turned his head. I dare not meet his gaze again. Speech also began to become hesitant. Really? Yi Qingling heard this. A glimmer of surprise instantly flashed in his eyes. Full face, excitedly asked loudly, "Sure." Lu Hang softly responded, expressing affirmation, hearing Lu Hang's response. Yi Qingling's face instantly blossomed with an incredibly bright smile. She was like a cheerful little bird, leaping into Lu Hang's embrace. His arms wrapped tightly around her body.